Hi everybody, welcome to the RP Price Lego Build and Review channel. Welcome to a disassembly. I'm going to actually take you through a few steps on what I feel are the best ways to disassemble a Lego set. This is a smaller architecture set. It's the London set number 21034. It's 468 pieces. And I've been asked many times by subscribers what are the best methods to take these apart. And you might want to do that for many reasons. You might want to pass it on to a family member disassembled so that they can have the joy of building it again. But you want to keep it in some kind of order so it doesn't confuse the next builder. And then, of course, you might want to sell it back to a dealer, sell it on eBay, sell it wherever you want to sell it. And that would be good to disassemble it first, of course. Because nobody wants these. Well, I can't say nobody wants these assembled, but it's easier for the dealers to have them disassembled. However, there are people that say that if you disassemble these, the dealer doesn't know if you're missing parts or what the quality is and so forth. But I still think overall it's better to do it properly and let the dealer see that you've done it correctly, and that I think you'd have a better chance of selling it. Of course, you're not going to get anywhere near retail. When these sets sell, they sell for only a fraction of their original price. But the biggest reason would be to pass it on to possibly a family member as a gift, possibly, or just something nice to give them. Or you just get tired of the set. You just want to disassemble it. A few key points is keep the original box. I recommend do not break it down. Keep it as the assembled whole box as it was originally. Definitely keep the manuals and keep them in good condition, and keep the inside poly bags. Very important to keep those poly bags or the paper bags inside. And when you disassemble, you start from the rear of the assembly manual. You start at the very last step and disassemble it backwards from the way you put it together. And then, of course, put the pieces spread out into the same poly bags in reverse. So if they're numbered bags, you'd start with the last bag and so forth, moving to the first bag. So I found that works the best. Now, some of these sets, I'm going to do that. I'm going to pass them on to a family member, or I'm just going to disassemble it because I got tired of the set. I just want to save space. If you have a space problem, that's a very good reason to take apart a set and put it back in its original packaging. But the key here is, I think, to keep it in its original packaging. Very important. And try and keep the parts in their original poly bags. In other words, reinsert them in their original poly bags. I think that's really important. So in this one, I'm going to take it step by step. There's only a couple bags here to keep it simple. But on this London set, here we are at the last assembly step right here. There's the original box, not broken down. Over here are the poly bags. They're not numbered. In this case, I only had a couple bags, but it gives you the idea. But this is why you keep the manual and keep the box in excellent condition, especially if you're going to sell it to a dealer. They want to see that box in resellable good condition, so definitely do that. And then, of course, here's the set. So let me get started on disassembly, and at the first poly bag point where it changes, I will come back and show you what that disassembly looks like at that point. So a little bit not the same as I do on building. I love to build, of course, and review, but in this case I've had a lot of questions about disassembly and some of the key points to keep in mind when you disassemble. So we'll be back. Hang in there with me. Thanks for watching. Quick point before I go any further. Some of the tools you use to take this apart, the main one you want to use is, of course, the Lego removal tool, which comes with many sets. If you're a Lego person that's built more than a few sets, you'll probably have a few of those floating around. I have many of those floating around in a bag, but try, if it does come with that, make sure it gets back in the box so the next person that wants to build it will have that removal tool. Also, just a pair of needle nose. Be very careful when you're pulling apart, especially single stud pieces, that you don't damage them. That's why the removal tool is so important, but sometimes the removal tool just doesn't work right in certain areas, certain angles. So having a pair of needle nose, preferably insulated tips so you don't damage the plastic. And of course, needle nose, or tweezers really helps a lot to pick parts and to sometimes remove a piece from an angle that won't damage the part. So those are the three tools I mainly use. There's others, but those are the three tools. So especially this one. Use the removal tool whenever possible. That way you can keep the parts in excellent condition and not damage them. Also, make sure that as you take it apart, if it's gotten dusty or dirty in any way, make sure you clean it as you go. Clean the parts off as you go. Very important to keep the set in excellent original condition. We'll be back after we take it apart a little further. Thanks so much for watching. We've gone through some of the disassembly process. You can see the larger pieces go into a separate stack. Smaller pieces over here. We're doing the Ferris wheel right now. But the point here is, in this set, there aren't numbered bags. There's only one bag with sub bags. So the poly bags that we originally kept, you have 1, 2, 3, and then the large bag right here. And the reason that you want to keep these bags is to keep the smaller pieces in the smaller bags and the bigger pieces in the bigger bags. Makes sense. So in this case, there's no numbered bags, and it's a small set. In this particular set, the one main bag with all the sub bags opened up, and you built it all in one. There were no bags to open up after each step. So what we have here is that type set. It's a smaller set. Maybe in the future we'll do a larger set that shows mini bags and coming apart. So good reason to keep those poly bags. As you can see, they're the original Lego bags. And as we accumulate these parts, the larger parts, of course, will go into the larger bag. And then we'll sort the parts by size to go into these smaller, 3 smaller sub bags here. So keep that in mind as you go along. And again, clean the set as you go along. This one had a little dust on it, so each piece that's coming off we're cleaning as we go. We'll be back. We're through a large part of the disassembly here. A couple of things to note. This is this section here with the translucent plates. Those are going to have to be removed. You can't remove those with any removal tool. So that's where I use the tweezers. If you're very careful, you can lift it in a corner and those will pop right off. Same thing on these right here with these blue covers. So keep that in mind. The tweezers, you can insulate them, put some tape or something on the end of them, on the sharp points of them. But I've found if you're just very careful and lift very gently, you don't mar the plastic at all. So keep that in mind on tweezers, how handy those are. Here's how the bags got sorted. We sorted them here by color. You can never ever get these back exactly like Lego packaged them, but you can get pretty close. This is the Ferris wheel pieces separately over here, and the large bag with the larger pieces right here. That's the way I think it's best to sort them. Makes it easier for the next person to build it too, because they can open these by color, which makes it a little easier as you're assembling. And this is kind of a total pile here for all different types of pieces here. Small pieces though. Okay, so that's where we're at so far. Let me get further into this and we'll get back to you. Hang in there, we'll be back. Hi everybody, we're back. We're at the base plate of this London architecture set. And you can see we're right down to the bare bones here. What I tend to do on these to disassemble, rather than work with every little piece on the top, you can see how these are all very tightly fit here. I work from the bottom. You can pull off assemblies like this, assuming they're not locked in place. And you can work a little bit better that way. You work in little assemblies rather than trying to pull all these top pieces off. However, if they're locked in place, you have no choice. So keep that in mind. If you can remove any small assembly from the bottom, pull any of these, or this, or any of these small base plates, pull them, try and pull them first. In this case, it's going to be a little difficult because they're locked in with all of these, but just a little hint that has helped me many times on disassembling sets. So keep that in mind. So we'll be back and we'll show you the disassembled set when we're there. Back everybody to the disassembly of this Architecture London set. Here's what we have. As you can see, the common pieces were put into the sub bags. The sub bags can be added in, at least I think two of these could be added into the main bag, which is pretty full. In this set, of course, each bag has to be opened and all the parts displayed in order to build this, because it's not a numbered set. The bags aren't numbered. So this is where we ended up. There's really no right or wrong way to do this, but this is the way I have found has been the easiest for the next person to build it, is do the colors and small pieces in one bag, and the larger pieces in, of course, the full-size bag. But this one here had the most common smaller pieces here. And then we did it by color on the next two bags right there. So there you have it. And then, of course, the Ferris wheel pieces, which are plastic tubes, are going to be separated and put in the box. The way I do this is I fold the bags over and I tape them. I do not staple them because the bags will tear more easily if they're stapled. Just get a good solid tape that sticks well, and the bags will hold together very well. And of course, they'll go back in the box. So I'll show you when we get them all taped up and back in the box. Keep the manual, make sure the manual gets back in the box, and if there's any removal tool, make sure that's included back in there. So we'll be back. Welcome back. So there's the bags of this set, all taped up and put back into the box correctly, along with the Ferris wheel tubes. And of course, we'll put the manual on top of that and seal up the box, which we'll do right now. And there you have it. I have found, I've sold sets to dealers before, and the dealers really appreciate it being done this way. So I know there's a lot of controversy about keeping them assembled and giving them to dealers, but the dealers seem to have a problem with that. I don't know why. They don't like them assembled, at least the ones I've dealt with. They tend to like them disassembled, but they want to be able to check inside the boxes and make sure that the bags are in there and the pieces are there. That's why I think it's so critical to keep the poly bags everything original. Do not destroy the boxes. Do not flatten out the boxes. I know it takes a lot of space, but try not to do that. Try and find the space and keep them the boxes as one piece. Don't try and flatten them out, because they just don't go together as well when you try and fold them back into shape again. Plus the manuals, keep the manuals in excellent condition. That's very important. Even though you can get digital instructions, they like to see the manuals. They want to have the manuals included with the sets. In other words, as original as you can possibly keep it, do that. And that also is great for if you pass it on to family members or friends. Either sell it to them or just give them the set. Makes it better for them. They have a nice set to keep, and if they want to sell it or pass it on. So there you have it, the disassembly of a simple set. And I hope this helped you a little bit. There were some tips in here. I hope that helped you. If it did, please like, subscribe, share, and comment, and let me know what you think of how the disassembly went here. Is this the way you do it? If not, let us know how you do it. And that would be very, very helpful to everybody. This is just kind of a helpful video to let you know how I disassemble sets. And I have I've built over 500 sets. So in this particular case, I've had to disassemble several of them, and I've given them to family members or sold them. So this is the easiest way I've found to do it. So again, thanks for coming along. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with the next build very, very soon. Take care, and thanks again for watching.